I'm asking for your badge number, sir. What is your badge number?
President Trump decided to send hundreds of ICE officers into the airports that are greatly impacted, like here in Atlanta. Mayor Andre Dickens says those officers are meant to help with crowd control and line management. They are not supposed to conduct any immigration enforcement.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15.
All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahaha, Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And this is going to be another video as to what is going on around the globe. As of late, on March 22nd, 2026, Donald Trump decides that he wants to send ICE agents to multiple airports, while slowly phasing out TSA agents, while slowly phasing out TSA officers. And we know that this is being done by design to further put America into a police state. Now, while America has been a police state really since 9/11, this whole act or movement which Trump is doing will only serve to set up a totalitarian society here in the US, where your so-called freedoms, which you think you have, will be very limited. Let's come over here and let's type in police state, and let's see what AI overview has to offer us. Okay, a police state is a government that exercises arbitrary, repressive control over social, economic, and political life, primarily through the use of police or secret police, okay, rather than regular legal procedures. So that's what a police state is. And right before your very eyes, you see a totalitarian police state being set up here in America. Okay, right before your very eyes, you see a totalitarian police state being set up here in America. Okay, let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 140, verse 1. And let's get this in the, let's read it in the KJV first. Okay, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. So this is a song of David, okay? And what do we see in the subheading right here? Prayer for protection against the wicked. Who's the wicked? Okay, how's it going? The wicked, when you go to the book of Job, it gives you a hint who the wicked is, okay? When you read Job chapter 9, verse 24, it tells you the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, okay? And oh, who has control? Who has control over the whole face of the earth? Okay, who has control over the whole face of the earth? The self-proclaimed white man does. And it starts with the so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds or Rockefellers, trickling down to the rest of their nation of people. These are the nation of people that have control over the whole face of the earth. Furthermore, when you go to Malachi chapter 1, verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them what? The border of wickedness. Edom, according to Malachi 1, verse 4, would be known as the border of wickedness, which indicates that Edom would be known as the wicked that the Holy Scriptures speak of. So who is Edom? Esau is Edom, according to Genesis 36 verse 1, right? And we know that the biblical Edomites is the self-proclaimed white man. These are your biblical Edomites. So David is calling for a prayer against these nation of people because of their evil deeds, their evil works. Okay? Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, because Esau's all about violence, right? So that's why, like it tells you in the book of Revelation, all right, thus with violence shall that great city be thrown down, because in the latter days, Edom would be tied to Babylon, and the Babylon would be a tool in which a hammer, according to Isaiah, the 14th chapter, Babylon will be known as the hammer of the earth, right? Babylon is a tool, a hammer that the Edomites are using to basically execute violence in the earth. And we've seen it with Syria, with Iraq. Okay. We've seen it with Afghanistan. Okay. Did not America bring the Middle East into complete ruins? Because this Edom is the violent man that the Bible speaks of. Okay. Which imagine mischief in their mind. And these ICE agents being set up at these airports is no more than a mischievous device being sent out by Esau Edom to further form a totalitarian police state all throughout the United States of America. So they imagine mischief in their mind, which the word heart goes back to the Hebrew word lav, which means your mind, okay? Which imagine mischief in their mind. Continually are they gathered together for war. And right now, these Edomites are waging war in the planet, okay? They're waging war upon their own citizens over here in America, and they're waging war over there in the Middle East, okay? Everywhere this devil goes, you hear about nothing but war. Everywhere these devils go, you hear nothing but war. Okay? They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adders, poison is under their lips. Selah. Okay? Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purposed to overthrow my goings. Okay? Okay, the proud, which the proud is talking about the Edomites, the proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me, which gin is just a trap. They have set gins for me, Selah. So there you go, man. These Edomites have set gins traps. And I'm telling you right now, these ICE agents being sent to these airports, they're no more than a trap. They're no more than traps to get you people used to being under a totalitarian police state. Because it's not that there's a shortage of TSA officers. They're purposely having these TSA officers work without pay so they can eventually quit their jobs. So then the US government, via Donald Trump, can have an excuse to replace TSA officers with ICE agents. So we can see where this is all going. Okay, but with that, I'm gonna say Shalom is on to the next one.